Hey, what's up, everyone? And we are live on both Facebook and YouTube. That is exciting. I am Minnesota Mike, and I am here with you for the Like a Bird That Flew video series, or not video series, live stream, I should say. Even more exciting than a video series because it doesn't get dragged out over 10 weeks. But this is an album that I actually just wrote pretty recently. And it's a little bit more positive than maybe you're used to, so we'll see if that lasts. But this was an album that I guess you could say arguably every album is kind of, falls into this category. But this particular album was every song on here was inspired by an album, or a song, I should say, from Blood on the Tracks. So I got some really interesting storytelling in there. And all of that stuff. Thank you to everyone who's tuning in. I see my friend Brian is tuning in, so I appreciate you for that. Thank you so much. So this first song was actually kind of a double inspiration. It was initially inspired by No Better Place by Fountains of Wayne. And then, I kind of realized that they were some similar chords. Not the exact same, but kind of a similar progression, similar sounding progression. And so I kind of changed it into more of a Tangled Up in Blue feel. So this is the first song off of Like a Bird That Flew. And this is a song called Walk Without a Knife, but I'm going to do it as a medley with No Better Place by Fountains of Wayne, so I hope you enjoy it. Loosely midnight as the mask creeps in, I thought I knew them to stay away. I'm nearing 5 years older, but my shoulder has a gym that will not stray. People don't get the mean I feel, nor the thoughts I have inside. They don't understand how you can retrieve a part of you that's died, and it don't feel right to walk without a knife. You try not to be a sad sack and move on at the proper time. 2 years on, you let someone else in. Funny how the calendar flies and doesn't work out, so you gotta go back to looking at square one. Looking at all the common denominators, wondering what you have done. What's the point of getting your hopes up after decades of despair? People don't like you when you're down and out, but what's the point to even care if there's no end in sight? Why walk without a knife? Yeah, I work just west of Memphis and things began to improve. I found someone, she treated me like a human, things were running smooth. It didn't work out, my instinct was gone though. She and I still kept in touch. Messed around for a while on dating apps that didn't work out all that much. Things were fine, then out of nowhere the old patterns still emerged. Suddenly we stopped talking and I reinvigorated my dirt. If this is my life, why walk without a knife? I went to a neighborhood meeting in town cause they were booking musical acts. She lived upstairs from the restaurant and wanted to complain about that. Nothing on paper about us seemed like it was gonna fly. I fell for later that summer as August took over for July. She and I were unstoppable. I finally felt something again. The past still put a fear in me that few folks would understand, so continued the stride. Couldn't walk without a knife. slowly destroyed my walls as we went out on the town. There was nothing about my personality she didn't want around. Then she told me her visions for the West Coast, and I couldn't talk her out of those plans. But I still had somewhere in the back of my mind that I could still be a man. When you know, mess with a good thing you have going in your head. Goodbye was the only word I continued to dread. Wouldn't give up the fight, though I still couldn't walk without a knife. We still somehow remained in touch and pick up where we did in the past. The look on her face when I walk in the room makes me think we'll make it last. Maybe we'll be together like I've always dreamed. Life can get in the way, but she's more than an in-between. 'Cause loving her is easy and I don't want to return to the way I was when all my bridges so easily burn. You make things alright, she make things alright. Now I walk without a knife. Is that supposed to be among her face? Was someone run over by a train? When you're minding your own business, but you're begging for forgiveness just the same. And it's running, banging all inside your mind. Just out in town to find you, dressed you up, painted on your face. Now you're leaving New York, for no better place. You're awake and trying not to be wrapped around your pillow like a prawn. The 9 times wrapped around you will be until it traps you on the dawn. From the sea train to the shiny tower, minged around till happy hour found you, where you can drink that smug right off your face. Now you're leaving New York, for no better place. Use your reflection in a building uptown. The ghost inside some Madison Avenue display. Like water under bridges, you're slowly passing by to sail between the rooftops in the sky. The bourbon sits inside me. Right now I'm a puppet in its sway. And it may be the whiskey knocking, but the whiskey says I miss you every day. So I taxi to an all-night party, mark me in on her in an old chair, sip my drink and stare out into space. Now you're leaving New York, for no better place. Now you're leaving New York, for no better place. All right, and that was No Better Place by Fountains of Wayne, and I paired that with my original song called Walk Without a Knife. Yeah, like I said, some more positive songs off of this record, which is a little bit ironic because all of the songs on this album were inspired by Tangled Up in Blue, which is a breakup album, but part of the nice thing about that album is that there are a lot of love songs on there too. So that's kind of an interesting thing. So that last one, like I said, was partially inspired by No Better Place, partially inspired by Tangled Up in Blue, and this next one was inspired by A Simple Twist of Fate, the Bob Dylan song off of Blood on the Tracks, and this is a song called Hint of a Spark. We went to a new neighborhood right before you left town. Had dinner, drinks, and conversation. In my head I heard the sound of wedding bells are ringing, yet they were so far away. I didn't realize how much I loved you until the next day. Couldn't sleep a wink when I couldn't find you after dark, yet I could still see the hint of a spark. You swore I'm drinking forever. I didn't fare nearly as well. When I couldn't find you the next morning, I knew I'd reached a new hell. I wish so badly I had eyes that could see in the dark, but I could still see you, the hint of a spark. What I did swear off forever was another shot at love. Then I fell into your beauty and everything it does. I guess I am discovering a sensitive side. Maybe it was always there, now it's getting harder to hide. 'Cause even in my times when my world keeps growing dark, you're there to be the hint of a spark. Yes, I hope I can find a way to your heart, 'cause you're always my hint of a spark. All right, and that was Hint of a Spark. And I hope you enjoyed that. That was, like I said, inspired by the song Simple Twist of Fate by Bob Dylan, and all of the songs tonight were inspired by songs off of Blood on the Tracks, which is nothing terribly new, but this one is just a little more explicit with it. Yeah. So this next one was inspired by the Bob Dylan song called You're a Big Girl Now, and this is a song called After All. Our time in Memphis ended so fast. People said it was a shame we weren't built to last. I kept it a secret that I wasn't moving on. I couldn't see a life where you were gone. All I needed was a way to start. 'Cause it was you after all. The 28th was our day, we took some months off. But my dear, you never did escape my thoughts. We picked up the trend once again in June. In my heart for you there was always room. I'll drive any distance, whether big or small, 'cause it was you after all. I noticed the little things shouldn't be a big deal, but I know the difference between filling voids and what's real. I know that smile on your face anywhere. I love how it appears when I am there. I heard for a long time, but the writing's on the wall. It was you after all. It was you after all. All right, and that was After All. That was inspired by the Bob Dylan song You're a Big Girl Now. All of the songs actually were inspired by Bob Dylan songs, specifically the album Blood on the Tracks, which is just absolutely massive. And this song made me laugh because they're, the songs, first of all, are, a little bit down tempo, but they're still relatively positive. And, this one, I was racking my brain trying to think of how I was going to do this. But this is a positive song that was inspired by Idiot Wind, which is just, very ridiculous. But this is All 'Cause of Her. And I was inspired by Idiot Wind, so I hope you enjoy it. Someone missed me and played nasty tricks on my mind. Told me love was a choice when I thought it was just kind. She turned me into a gunshot foil. I'd pull the trigger, then recoil. All my plans gone to waste, and folks wonder why I'm such a cynic. The years of being on my own blew by just like that. I was thwarted on the few times I attempted to bounce back. I never got a hold of things, never talked about diamond rings. Now folks around here don't care about my story and wonder why they find me in a clinic. All 'cause of her, I cannot slice it any other way. She broke the gamble when it used to get me lots of loads of hay. All 'cause of her, people cannot help me to repair. It's all 'cause of her, and they'll never know pain that isn't theirs. Said she was sorry she hurt me, and I just said alright. It's a shitty thing to live with for the rest of her life. She doesn't get to feel that closure, or get off the hook for overexposure to men who didn't act like they should and assume I will act in the same manner. I finally met someone with whom I'm ready to move on. Folks still shit all over me like I'll move the next one along. Say it's a pressure killing demons through that'll put a strain on me and you, but it might as well be with you, 'cause sooner or later someone's gotta make it better. All 'cause of her, I cannot slice it any other way. How could I know pleasure if I put myself through years of pain? All 'cause of her, I was forced to start my life anew. August of love, that's what finally led me to you. All right, and that was all because of her. Kind of a fun twist at the end. Yeah, I mean, things are going better. Hopefully those things end up working out. But yeah, that was inspired by Idiot Wind by Bob Dylan. I want to give a shout out to a couple of people. First of all, my friend Jeff Hewlett tuned in a little bit ago. He's got some great music, and he's part of a duo as well called Me and Leah, which is really, really good. So I appreciate you. And Mr. Wysocki, you've been tuning in for the past handful of weeks. So I appreciate you for that. Always good to have you guys tuning in. So this next song was inspired by You're Gonna Make Me Lonesome When You Go, the Bob Dylan song. And this is a song called Can't Seem to Shake. You make my mind up every day. You're the one in every way. The indications have told you that's not the case. We may have met my heaven stands where we got one of things to advance. Yours is a love I can't seem to shake. Memphis window is our own, the best times that you've ever known. And to say you feel the same, and that would be our base. Whether the grass or glare, you can bet I'll meet you there. 'Cause yours is a love I can't seem to shake. When you and I reach 90 years, I'll still be the one to get your tears. My love for you, my dear, knows no breaks. You turned my whole life on and said I'll be with you long after I'm dead. 'Cause yours is a love I can't seem to shake. Yeah, yours is a love I can't seem to shake. All right, and that was Can't Seem to Shake. Yeah. So this next one was inspired by Meet Me in the Morning, and this is a song called I'll See You in Memphis. This is about somebody who lived in Memphis for a little bit and never really, expressed feelings to her while she was there. But she's still got some stuff in Memphis, so that's good. So it was kind of the genesis of this song, but this is I'll See You in Memphis, and I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you in Memphis, Union and Valentine. I'll see you in Memphis, Union and Valentine. When you come to get your stuff, you can also grab this heart of mine. Please do not forget me when you retrieve your dresser drawer. Please do not forget me when you retrieve your dresser drawer. And please do not forget the way you loved me before. The eagle flies on Sunday. Your schedule ain't that set in stone. The eagle flies on Sunday. Your schedule ain't that set in stone. But I'm hoping maybe one day I won't have to be so alone. I'll see you in Memphis, and we'll reclaim what was once ours. Yeah, I'll see you in Memphis, and we'll reclaim what was once ours. 'Cause why reach for the ground with our love when you showed me the stars? All right, and that was I'll See You in Memphis. Yeah, nice little bluesy tune for you. That was inspired by the song Meet Me in the Morning. And just like in Meet Me in the Morning, the streets he mentions at the beginning, I'm not thinking of them off the top of my head, but Union and Valentine don't intersect either. So that's just one of those things. So I mentioned this earlier that with Idiot Wind, I was kind of racking my brain trying to figure out how I was going to pull off a, really long story that, was inspired by Lily, Rosemary, and the Jack of Hearts, because that's like an 8-minute song. So I was trying to figure it out, and, was trying to think of names to use, and Poor Richard, as in Poor Richard's Almanac. That was the only thing that I could think of. And I thought, ooh, what if this took place in a bookstore? And it sounded kind of weird to me. I'm like, I can come up with something better. But then I just kept on coming up with stuff. And so that was really interesting. But I'm going to do it as a medley with the Ballad of Poor Richard, and then which is my song, and then a Josh Ritter song called Where the Night Goes. So I hope you enjoy both of them. She was tearing down the ripped pages of her brown father's best-selling book. He was signing autographs and posing for pictures with arrogant looks. It was such a short read, yet she couldn't turn the page. The last one that would allow her a new book with no rage. But poor Richard didn't stand a chance with Karina and her father not at bay. Richard went up to Karina and asked her exactly why she trusts a man who brags about to time and to give advice about love. She said he must have done something right, 'cause she still loves him so. It's either him or you, and you're the one who's gotta go. There was nothing poor Richard can do to change Karina's mind, so she would run away. Poor Richard went for years thinking about what Karina had said. Love with an expiration date coming off the top of her head. No wonder Richard made the comments he did to his family. They were all surprised, but they should have looked more carefully. Poor Richard didn't stand a chance, but he didn't know just where to run. So he started writing stories he could more ever call his own. When people fell in love and then something snapped and someone determined they were better off alone. Though there were more happy stories for Richard to create, he knew deep in his heart that all love was bound to end in hate. And there ain't no use in pretending you can reverse the setting sun. Richard had his own book signing. The crowd was massive, so they locked the doors. You can hear all of the matrons and see him with the anger seeping out of their mouths. You can feel the cynicism polluting the air that night. The darkness among the crowd seemed to bring out the light. Now Richard had come out better even through all the pain. Soon Richard realized his mom was not the only bombshell in the place. She was the only one in the room with a true smile on her face. She said, I grew up around cheating, deception, and lies. I'm so sick of it and I don't want any more in my life. And when that poor Richard realized he too would have to change his name. All right, and I think I might have said I was doing that with a medley of the Josh Ritter song and immediately forgot. So I'm going to do that now. This is Where the Night Goes. Heard the word from Brenda Lee, you were coming home, she said. Cross my heart, I cannot believe it. Holy hell, could have struck me dead. But 3 cheers from the grapevine told me you were nothing, no man. Let's see where the night takes us. Let's see where the night goes. Yeah, I admit it's been so going. You pay your bills and they still own you. You know the way and best laid plans. Till this man who I am. I make the rounds and I make my dues. Meet up with friends and I dream about you. It isn't much, but it's still a lot. Come on down here, let's get lost in those long nights. Old cars, back roads and the boneyards. Drop the metal like a holy roller. Sheriff of hell can pull you over. Tough girl from a bad town, brought up not to stay down. Sweet tea, white lightning, breaking arms and not minding. So come on in, it's so good to see you. It's been so long, I know it. Let's see where the night takes us. Let's see where the night goes. Last I saw you was a Greyhound waiting. You said you didn't want to be so blue. LA's not the destination still. I believe I must pass through. I saw your face from time to time. Now you're coming home. Let's see where the night takes us. Let's see where the night goes. Only the lonely know the way I'm feeling. Only the living go to the graveyard grieving. Still we're alive and you're just astounding. Feel the miles of my own mountain. Feel the mull of the American diverse. The mountains, the rivers, the field, the harvest. It's all we have, that's a lot. And come on honey, let's get lost in the long nights. Old cars, back roads and the boneyards. Drive the metal like a holy roller. Sheriff of hell couldn't pull you over. Tough girl from a bad town, brought up not to stay down. And sweet tea, white lightning, breaking arms and not minding. Come on in, it's so good to see you. Been so long, I know it. Let's see where the night takes us. Let's see where the night goes in the long nights. Old cars, back roads and the boneyard. Drop the metal like a holy roller. Sheriff and could move you over the long nights. Old cars, back roads, and the boneyards. Sweet tea, white lightning, man. Breaking on, kinda riding. Come on in, it's so good to see you. It's been so long, I know. Let's see where the night takes us. Let's see where the night goes. A long night, an old car, back roads, and the boneyards. All right, and that was Where the Night Goes by Josh Ritter. So even though Bob Dylan inspired this album, I've also been listening to a lot of Josh Ritter, and so a lot of those songs appear on this set, so that you wouldn't have to hear Blood on the Tracks for the second time in 6 months. But still a fabulous album. I want to give a shout out to my friend Daniel, who was tuning in. Appreciate you there. That's awesome. I really appreciate all the love on these live streams. Cool. So this next song is one that was inspired by If You See Her, Say Hello, and this is a song called Things I Didn't Tell Her. And this one, I kind of took the same idea of like, if you see her, say hello, but I put it as the backdrop to going to the airport and somebody kind of taking off from your life, no pun intended, but just kind of leaving and being desperate to rekindle a little bit. So this is Things I Didn't Tell Her, and I hope you enjoy it. Is she jangling in the gate to head on to Brazil? I want us to be happy, and she trying to buy a thrill. I'm not here for a ticket or to beg her not to go. There are some things I didn't tell her. I desperately need her to know. When I see her, I'm so happy. I see the best in myself shine. And there ain't a day that passes where she's not on my mind. There are weeks we've gone without talking, so maybe that's when she left. But if she comes by, will you please tell her? Losing her made me scared to death. As I finished my place, she was passing. Her zone was about to board. I took her hand and told her there were feelings I could no longer ignore. I tried to fight it for fear of exactly how it would end. But life without her was something I would never comprehend. All right, and that was Things I Didn't Tell Her. Like I said, that was inspired by If You See Her, Say Hello by Bob Dylan. And this is a very special live stream. It's not really special that I have songs that were inspired by Bob Dylan songs, but this one, every single song on this album was inspired by Bob Dylan's song off of Blood on the Tracks. So this, I really enjoyed where the storytelling went on this album. And, hopefully some of it's actually true. down the road. But this next one is called Across the Borderline, and it kind of deals with the long distance aspect of relationships and how that can be, kind of a powerful thing. So this is Across the Borderline, and it was inspired by Shelter from the Storm by Bob Dylan. Somewhere along I-90 or maybe 52, the man broke in finally reunited me and you. I leave my comfort zone when I cannot take the grind. Somehow she provides respite across the borderline. The past is not forgotten, it's shame who I've become. But finally I'm happy, I finally found the sun who can love me forever and truly let me shine. My respite now lies somewhere across the borderline. I want to be with her just so very much. I will go anywhere I can feel her touch. Leaving where I am, going back to find my respite lies somewhere across the borderline. My respite now lies somewhere across the borderline. I had a dream last night. I dreamt that I was swimming in the stars above, directionless and drifting somewhere in the dark. Were sirens and thunder, and around me as I swam the drifters who'd gone under. Time, love, time, love, time. Love, it's only a change in time. Love, time, love, time, love, it's only a change in time. Yeah, I had a dream last night, and rustling far below me, battered hulls and broken down ships. Leviathan and lonely, I was thirsty, so I drank. And though it was salt water, there was something about the way it tasted so familiar. Time, love, time, love, time. Love, it's only a change in time. Love, time, love, time. Love, it's only a change of time. The black clouds I'm hanging, this anger I am dragging, the sails of memory rips open in silence. We gun through the lowlands, our lands through the salt lands, the wine camps of memory, confusing and violent. Time, love, time, love, time, love, it's only a change of time. Love, time, love, time, love, it's only a change in time. I had a dream last night, and when I opened up my eyes, your shoulder blade, your spine were shorelines in the moonlight. Now words for the weary, new lands for the living. I couldn't make it if I tried. I closed my eyes and kept on swimming. Time, love, time, love, time, love, it's only a change in time. Love, time, love, time, love, it's only a change in time. All right, and that was Change of Time, along with Across the Borderline, my original song. but that was inspired by Shelter from the Storm by Bob Dylan. It's one of my absolute favorite Josh Ritter songs. I really, really like it. And it's a recent favorite too. He was doing live streams for a while and, played that, and I just absolutely loved it. And there's another one that I just kind of fell in love with when I was, listening to those live streams. But like I said, I'll play that in a little bit. So this next one is the last song on my record, and that is the song "Gas in the Tank," and this was inspired by "Buckets of Rain" by Bob Dylan. Again, completing the record where every single song on there was inspired by a song from Blood on the Tracks. Shout out to my friend Steven, who just tuned in. My friend Brandon, who just tuned in as well, and my friend Lizzie as well, and Catherine Bergraff looks like awesome friend of mine from college. Appreciate you there. I know Brandon is part of a duo called Broke Tall Folk, so be sure to check them out. And Stephen McGee is also a musician. He is part of a band called Fate Hates Me. So definitely check them out as well. I appreciate anybody who's tuning in. So this is Gas in the Tank, and I'm going to pair it with a local favorite, some Memphis grooves. So I hope you enjoy it. Gas in the tank, ready to roll, to see the one who nourishes my soul. You love me the best, and now my review is cracked. Yeah, I found true love somewhere on the less traveled path. Italian blaze on the outskirts of town. You didn't tell me to go, I'll be found. You moved me first, I've noticed all the way. Your moral compass finds me when I've gone astray. Children are running all over the place. I see the smile lighten up your face. I bet you're a 7, children of our own. Maybe one day when we don't make love to the telephone. Gas in the tank, should I move? I got so many things I gotta prove, and I prove I love you each day I exist. When I am with you, I feel jubilation and bliss. Been walking so long, my feet have lost their way. This time got my mind lost track on the interstate. Heading down to Georgia, 'cause I let you make a new land and make it in a real world. And I hope that you find the thing that you've been searching for. Next time, just leave a note on the door, 'cause I will go wherever you need to find the truth. Baby, it's worth it for you. Met a girl on Beach Street, she said she knew your name. Said she took you to a man who took you to board a train. Something about New Orleans he forgets. Said you bang by the weekend. And no one knows if you'll be back, so I'm out on the road. Sometimes it's like I'm chasing a ghost, but I will go wherever you need to find the new. Baby, it's worth it for you. Come on. Oh, my love and my knees grow weak. Yes, I heard a beautiful voice down the street, singing about a guy she left to find the truth. Baby, it was worth it for you. All right, and that was Gas in the Tank paired with Worth It by Memphis' own Andrew Cabigo, my fabulous producer and an awesome musician in his own right. That song, if I'm not mistaken, was Andrew saw a guy on the highway that, had a sign that said trying to get to Atlanta, and, for love or something like that. And so we pulled over and got the full story and got a song out of it. So I don't know if that relationship ever worked out, but, at least Andrew got the song out of it. So that's always a positive thing. All right, let me consult my set list here and see where we're at. Oh, cool. Okay. So next, we're going to do another Josh Ritter song. Go back to him really quick. And this is a song called Long Shadows that requires a capo and a long reach to get that. That's me. But this is Long Shadows, and I hope you enjoy it. Hang on one second. I'm not afraid of the dark. We've been here before, falling on hard times, honey. We've fallen on swords, but if a long shadow falls across your heart, I'll be right here with you, honey. I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm not afraid of the dark. When the sun goes down and the dreams grow teeth and the beasts come out and cast their long shadows every time they start, I'll be right here with you, honey. I'm not afraid of the dark. Out on the hills, the hounds are baying on the moor. The foxes run to stay alive until the light is fading, then pray for the line that seems so long to come. I'm not afraid of the dark, so if the stars get scarce and you reach for him, money, and he's just not there, it's just a long shadow across your heart. You can reach for me. I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm not afraid of the dark. When the sun goes down and the dreams grow teeth and the beasts come out and cast their long shadows every time they start, and you can reach for me, honey. I'm not afraid of the dark. You can reach for me, honey. I'm not afraid of the dark. All right, and that was Long Shadows by Josh Ritter. Speaking of him, we're gonna keep on going with little Josh Ritter here, and this is a song again that I discovered through those live streams, and this probably is my favorite Josh Ritter song at this point in time. This is a song called "The Curse," and I was listening to it and listening to the piano, and I'm like, wait a minute, it sounds familiar. And so I'm gonna do it as a medley with "Baby's All Right" by King Margot. So this is "The Curse" and "Baby's All Right." He opens his eyes, was in love and must sigh with the girl in the doorway. One beautiful lines in out full of life after thousands of years. What a face to Wingham knew. He holds Wang aside as he touches his arm, and he holds a bed and where now he's been sleeping under miles of stone. The drying make of a heart under scarab and bone starts back to his beating. She carries him home on a beautiful boat. He watches the sea from a mortal in stowage. He can hear all he says as she sits by his bed, and one day his lips answer her in a language the days quickly as he loves making her laugh. And the first time he moves, it's her hair that he touches. She asks, are you cursed? He says, I think I am cured. And he takes on the Nile and curls and brushes. In New York, he's laid in a glass-covered case. He pretends he is dead. People crowd round to see him, but each night she comes round in the 200 down the halls of the tomb that she calls a museum. Often he stops to rest, but then it's less and less, and it's her that looks tired, staying up asking questions. He learns how to read from the papers that she is writing about him, and he makes corrections. It's his face on her book, more and more come to love. Families from Iowa, Upper West Siders. Then one day it's too much and he decides to get up, and the chaos ensues. He walks outside to find her. She's using a cane and her face looks too pale, but she's happy to see him, and he walks to support her. She asks, are you cursed? She says, answers obscured in the sandstorm of flashbulbs and rowdy reporters. Such reanimation, the tour to the nation. He gets out of limos and he meets other women. He speaks of her fondly that nights in the museum, but she's just one more rag she's dragging behind him. She stops going out, she just lays there in bed, in hotels, in whatever towns they are speaking. Then her face starts to set and her hand starts to fold, and one day the dried figure of her heart stops its beating. Long ago on the ship, she asked why pyramids. He said, think of them as immense invitations. She asked, are you cursed? He said, I think I am cured. Then he kissed her and hoped that she'd forget the question. There's more than one bridge in New York City, and I burn them all down. Cold coffee and cheesecake at Junior's. Let the sugar wash off the booze. Walk the Brooklyn Bridge home at 4 a.m. Take the borough line home and I'll call you. You were just getting off work, loading up the truck. Heard the smile in your voice, you heard the smile in mine. Now I don't know who you talking to or what song you can put down. Singing baby's alright for a bloody or two. And I listen when I catch the train, my headphones in like everybody else. A little time for myself. Friend's band was playing somewhere behind an unmarked black door. It was freezing cold in April. Said I think that I've been here before. Shook the cold from my shoulders, grabbed a beer and got a shot. Put my hand on it. Put a hand on my waist, said I'm glad you're here for a while. Now I don't know who you're talking to or what man can put down. Singing baby's alright for a bloody or three. And I listen when I catch the train, my headphones in like everybody else. A little time for myself. The fruit stands still there up in the corner of Queens. Another day like all the rest. But I still shed my skin upon request. Now I don't know who you're talking to or what song you can put down. Singing baby's alright for a bloody or two. And I listen when I catch the train, my headphones in like everybody else. A little time for myself. There's more than one bridge in New York City, and I burn them all down. All right, and that was a mix between The Curse by Josh Ritter and Baby's Alright by King Margo. Both songs you should check out. King Margo is based in Nashville. I think they're in Killington, Vermont right now. But they rented or not rented, I think they actually bought it, a trailer so that they could just kind of play wherever and still observe social distancing, which is awesome. But yeah, so go check them out as well. That song is called "Baby's Alright," and "Barely Getting By" is that album that it's on. But yeah, that is that. Let's see what's up next. Ooh, yeah, okay. So we are going to stick in 3/4. In honor of quarantine. These are such difficult times that I figured I'd play in some difficult times, so this is going to be a medley of "Can't Help Falling in Love" by Elvis, and then the song "Unchained Melody," made famous by the Righteous Brothers, but covered by a lot of different people. So I hope you enjoy both of them. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I am falling in love with you. Should I stay? Would it be a sin if I am falling in love with you? Like a river flows slowly to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I am falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things were meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I am falling in love with you. No, I am falling in love with you. Wise man. That's the same song. Hang on. Oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch a long, lonely time, and time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love. Godspeed your love to me. Lonely rivers flow to the sea, from the open arms to the sea, yeah. Lonely rivers cry, wait for me, wait for me. I'll be coming home, wait for me. And oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch a long, lonely time, and time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love. Godspeed your love to me. All right, and that was a combination of Can't Help Falling in Love, a little bit more of Can't Falling in Love, and then after that, it was Unchained Melody. There actually are, other than rhythmically, there are some similarities. So if you listen to the bridge, talking about rivers flowing to the sea, so that, you know, there's a little bit of a parallel there in the bridges. But that's, you know, just one of those things, so you can excuse that mistake. But just got a couple more here. This next one is another great one about long-distance relationships, and that is Faithfully by Journey. Highway run into the midnight sun. Wheels go round and round, you're on my mind. Restless thoughts, sleep alone tonight. Sending all my love along the wire. They say that the road ain't no place to start a family. And right down the line, it's been you and me. And loving a man ain't always what it's supposed to be. Oh, Joe Miley, you stand by me. Yeah, I'm forever yours, faithfully. Circus life under the big time world. We all need the clowns to make us smile through space and time. Always another show, wondering where I am, lost without you. And being apart ain't easy on this love affair. Two strangers learn to fall in love again. And I get the joy of rediscovering you. Oh, girl, you stand by me. Yeah, I'm forever yours, faithfully. Whoa, 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 faithfully, oh, 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 oh. All right. Shout out to Joe Miley for tuning in. I appreciate you. Hope you and the other Jonas brothers are doing well. Yeah, that's great. So that is Faithfully. So speaking of I guess love songs. We're not quite to what I was gonna say. This is a song that was written by Bob Dylan somewhere around 1997 and cut for his album Time Out of Mind. which is just amazing. And it actually, I didn't know that Adele covered it until about a year ago. But this is Make You Feel My Love, and I hope you enjoy it. When the rain is blowing in your face and the world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows appear and there is no one there to dry your tears, I could hold you for 1,000 years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I will never do you wrong. I knew and from the first moment we met, no doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry, I'd go black and blue, I'd go crawling down the avenue. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. The storms are raging on the rolling sea, and in the highway of regret, the winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet. I could make you happy, make your dreams come true. There is nothing that I wouldn't do. I'd go to the ends of the earth for you to make you feel my love. To make you feel my love. To make you feel my love. All right, and that was Make You Feel My Love, originally done by Bob Dylan, and covered by Adele, and even Billy Joel got in on that cover game, covering that. Garth Brooks covered it. Just a fabulous song. And it's funny, I mean, you might have picked up on that, at some point in the song, that I don't sound all that much like Adele, but that's part of the reason why I enjoy the Bob Dylan version even more, because his voice is really gravelly, but that's how you know that, okay, yeah, he means it. It might not sound like, a pure voice, but it, it's a little bit more authentic if he does it that way. So that is that. Now to what I was saying before, talking about those long distance songs. This is a song by Fountains of Wayne off of Traffic and Weather, and it's a song called I-95, and I hope you enjoy it. They sell posters of girls washing cars, unicorns and stars, Guns N' Roses album covers. They got most of the Bonnie DVDs, and coffee mugs and teas that say Virginia is for lovers, but it's not. Around here it's just for truckers who forgot to fill up on gasoline back up in Aberdeen. It's a 9-hour drive from me to you, south on I-95, and I do until the day that I die if I need to, just to see you, just to see you. Hip-hop stations are fading in and out. All I can hear now is a kick drum mixed with static. Constellations are blinking in the sky. The road is open wide and it feels so cinematic till a van driven by an older gentleman cuts right in front of me. From then on, that's all I see. It's a 9-hour drive from me to you, south on I-95, and I do it till the day that I die if I need to, just to see you, just to see you. All right, and that was I-95 by Fountains of Wayne. So I just have one more song for you, and this you have to go all the way back to I think the year 2000 for this one. And this is a song by a band called The Calling, and it's funny because I have two funny stories about this song. So first of all, we'll go in chronological order. When this song first came out, there's a radio station in Minnesota called Cities 97, and they would have artists in there periodically. And this band, The Calling, was in the studio doing a live performance, and the lead singer had like the worst cold in the world, and so it normally I'm pretty generous, but it very badly affected his vocals of this song. So that's number one. Number two, when I got home for Christmas last year, my brother asked me, he said, "Hey, Mike," he said, what's the band that sings that song called Wherever You Will Go? And I said, The Calling. And he goes, shoot, because, we had a trivia question about that, and we thought, man, where's Mike when you need him? Because none of us knew it on the trivia team. So there you go. Of course, when I do trivia, I never get questions like that, but that's just one of those things. So this is a song called Wherever You Will Go, and I hope you enjoy it. So lately, been wondering who will be there to take my place when I'm gone. You need love to light the shadows on your face. If a great wave shall fall, let it fall upon a song. In between the sand and stone, could you make it on your own? If I could, then I would. I'll go wherever you will go, way up high or down low. I'll go wherever you will go, and maybe I'll find out the way to make it back someday, to want you and guide you through the darkest of your days. In the great wave shall fall, let it fall upon a song. Well, I know there is someone out there who can bring me back to you. If I could, then I would. I'd go wherever you will go, way up high or down low. I'll go wherever you will go. Run away with my heart, run away with my hope, run away with my love. I know now just what my life and love might still go on in your heart, in your mind. I'll stay with you for all of time. If I could, then I would. I'd go wherever you will go, way up high or down low. I'll go wherever you will go. If I could make you mine, I'll go wherever you will go. If I could turn back time, I'll go wherever you will go. All right, and that was Wherever You Will Go, and that concludes the Like a Bird That Flew video series, or not video series, I made that mistake in the intro. So that concludes the live stream for Like a Bird That Flew. I hope you enjoyed those. And they were embellished a little bit, so I hope those embellishments end up coming true. Man can dream. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm Minnesota Mike. Thank you so much.